Well, hello guys, and what is up? And welcome back to a Hits and Misses. This is kind of July's Hits and Misses, but I've been using these products over the last 6 weeks, so, you know, technically it's July and June. I actually haven't done a Hits and Misses video since January. It's going to be a pretty long video. I hope you are ready for that. Go get yourself a cup of tea, a snack. But if you do like a nice long video talking about lots of different products that I've been enjoying recently, then strap yourself in and keep on watching. I have absolutely no rhyme or reason as to, you know, what products I'm talking about. I'm going to start off with, I think, is a perfume. This perfume has been my holy grail perfume for the entirety of July, and I feel like going forward this is going to be a staple in my collection. It's kind of weird for me to say that because this is not my normal fragrance that I would go for. I am going to be doing an entire perfume collection. I know I'm getting so many requests for that, especially on TikTok. I did like a little snippet video and I posted, and a lot of people were saying, can you do an in-depth video on YouTube? So I will in due course. It just takes a bit of time for me to actually sit down and go through all the fragrances and talk to you about like the undertones and everything. So the first favorite is the Kiali Utopia Vanilla Cocoa Perfume. This is an eau de parfum intense. The notes in this are pear, jasmine, coconut, sandalwood and vanilla bourbon. This perfume comes in the most gorgeous packaging. Absolutely fabulous. Like, look at that packaging. It is like a rose gold mirrored bottle. This is a 50ml bottle. It's the biggest size that I could get hold of. I have the vanilla one in a 100ml bottle, which is just, you guys know that that's like one of my favorite perfumes of all time. But this is a very different perfume for me. It's a very acquired taste or scent. It's not as sweet as I normally go for in a perfume, even though it has that vanilla cocoa. It reminds me a little bit of Coco Mademoiselle, just the undertone of it, like when it dries down, but it has that strong coconut scent. So think of like Malibu coconut scent with a bit of Coco Chanel in it, and you're kind of on the right track. It is the most unique scent. I don't think I've ever smelled anything like it, but when I smelt it, I instantly thought of Coco Mademoiselle. That is more light and kind of like fresh. This is a bit more woody and like full volume when it comes to perfume. I know that sounds really weird. It's not as light as Coco Mademoiselle, but I absolutely adore it. And if you smelt this, you would be like, that is not an Ashling fragrance at all. Especially like my family members would be like, no. Because it is a little bit more of an older perfume, and I tend to like the real sweet ones. Like Britney Spears Fantasy is my all-time favorite perfume. Like there's nothing that compares to that. The Kiali Vanilla is kind of like a more sophisticated, younger fragrance. And then I like all the celebrity perfumes, like the Ariana Grande ones and stuff like that. Actually, the Ariana Grande Cloud one, I have that in my collection, so it's probably the only one that I don't like. But in general, you can kind of get the gist of where I'm going. I like the YSL Black Opium. I love my Victor and Rolf Flower Bomb. I like more sweet scents, where this is more heavier, woodier. Like it has the undertone of coconut to it. It dries down very coconutty. I absolutely love this. If you get a chance to smell it, just go for it. It is so good. But it is quite pricey. It was €80 for a 50ml bottle, but this lasts all day on my skin and I highly, highly rate this. So that is enough about that perfume. I also love the packaging. It comes in like the little thing it sits in. I think that's really cute. So next up, I'm going to talk about a palette. This is an eyeshadow palette that I've been adoring for a long time, and the brush just fell out of it. Let me go get that. This is the Sigma Ambience palette, which looks like this. It is in gold packaging. It's gorgeous. This was sent out to me, I want to say in late April, early May. I absolutely adore this palette. Can we just talk about the shades? It is such a pretty, gorgeous palette. It has all the warmth in it you would ever need. There's like golds and bronzes in it. The pigmentation is out of this world. I mean, it is Sigma. They've always had pretty good pigmentation when it comes to their eyeshadows. There's just so much to talk about when it comes to this palette. I feel like it's one of the best palettes that Sigma have ever brought out. The array of colors in this are just perfect. There's something for everyone. You can use this no matter what skin tone you have. It is gorgeous, and I pick this up time and time and time again. It's my daily go-to palette. Like there's nothing that I enjoy as much as this palette. The shadows are so blendable, they're creamy, they're buttery, they're so pigmented, they're smooth on the skin. and they last all day. There's nothing more I can say positive about this palette. I think it is just out of this world. It's so gorgeous and unique. It looks like you would find a dupe for this in your collection, but I dare you to, because I have so many eyeshadow palettes and there's nothing I reach for as much as this, and I can't find anything I like as much as this. Good. It's so nice. I'm going to move on to a foundation next. Now this foundation I've only recently tried. I actually don't even know if my wear test on this is up yet. It might be. This foundation I've been enjoying for the last 3 weeks non-stop, and it is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. I got the shade number 7. The one thing I will say about this foundation is it does oxidize. I have it in 2 shades, so I have it in 5.5 neutral and I have it in 7. 7 is perfect for me right now because I have a nice natural tan, but in the winter months I think I'm going to have to dip down to the lower shade. This is so incredibly pigmented, so you just need a tiny bit of that, and it's so strange for me to say that, but it's just that it covers everything. It is so opaque on the skin, like it just covers everything without looking cakey or too full coverage. It stays on my skin all day. I absolutely love the formula of this. I love how lightweight this is. A little bit goes a long way. I love how easy it is to blend in the skin, and there's nothing negative I could say about this. I haven't fallen this hard and fast for a foundation in a long time. Like, I'm so close to saying this is my ride or die foundation, which is so weird for me because I've been all about the Estee Lauder Double Wear for so many years, and my Armani Luminous Silk. There's nothing that compares to this. It's out of this world, long lasting, beautiful on my skin. It's just so good. Like, I dare you not to like this. It's so nice. Next up, I'm going to talk about a primer. Now this is from Aldi, and you guys really enjoyed my last Aldi video, which thank you so much for watching. This is the Liquura Snapshot Ready Radiance Primer. It looks quite similar to the Smashbox Photo Finish primers, like it's the same type packaging and everything, but this is the Radiance primer. So this looks slightly different on my skin than any of the other primers because it's tinted. It has this peach tint to it, which when you apply to the skin, it almost like tans your skin whilst adding radiance to it. I've never really used anything like this before. It kind of is like the Tensational, but not really. And the reason I say that is because it's thicker and because it almost sets on the skin, whereas I find the Tensational is a lot more liquidy. It never really sets on the skin, and it's still, you could move it around like 5 minutes later, whereas this actually does set on the skin and you can see it like glowing on the, it's just so hard to explain. It's a really nice primer. Unfortunately, Aldi don't always have their makeup line in. Aldi, like, I wish that they just kept the products in 24/7 because their makeup range is probably one of the best I've tried for the price. Like, it's so affordable. Everything's under a fiver, and I've talked at length in that video about how incredible the products are. I will link down the video if you haven't seen it. Definitely check it out, especially if you are looking for some bargains and some dupes for high-end products. But this is such a great product. I will literally pop this on, a little bit of concealer, and I'm good to go for the day. It just adds radiance to my skin and just makes my skin look fresh, awake, and just gorgeous. Like, I cannot express enough how much I like this. I think you will enjoy this if you've medium skin. If you've deep, it might look a bit too peachy on the skin, but just give it a go anyway. If you have paler skin, I would suggest trying the Snapshot Ready Illuminating Primer. So where this is the Radiance, this is the Illuminating. The Illuminating is just obviously a little bit paler. I just prefer this one just because of the shade. These are nearly better than the high-end comparable version. I cannot stress how much I like these. So if you haven't already, check your local Aldi for them and pick them up if they're there. I'm going to move on to a blush, and this is the KVD Vegan Beauty Peony blush. It's a bright pink blush. This is not something I would normally go for. It's not something that I would tend to pick up. I like more of kind of like a neutral brown almost on my cheeks, but I feel during summer months I like something a little bit brighter, and this is so pretty on my cheeks. I don't have it on today, I'm wearing an Essence one, but 9 times out of 10 I am wearing this blush. I just think it's so pretty. It's really pigmented, but it's not overkill with the pink. It doesn't look like you've Barbie rosy pink cheeks. It just gives a really nice subtle natural blush to the cheeks. I really enjoy these KVD Vegan Beauty blushes. I actually think that KVD is one of the best high-end brands. That and Charlotte Tilbury, they're on a par for me. I love them. I love everything that comes out from KVD, and same with Charlotte Tilbury. I find it very difficult to actually come across a product I don't enjoy from either of those brands, but I absolutely love this blush, and I would highly suggest, if you guys haven't tried these, to give them a go. I feel like KVD is hard to get hold of. I know that Boots sell it. I think Cult Beauty have it. I know Sephora in the US has it, but it is kind of harder to get at the moment. I don't know why. I think it's got to do with the rebranding of it. I'm not sure, but it is such a great blush. If you do see it, pick it up. try it. You won't regret it. I also feel like with that blush, you could use it from pale to deep skin because it builds up quite nicely. This is a peculiar product for me to mention, but I swear I use this every day, and when I don't have it, I'm like, where is that? Because it's just so pretty on my lips. This is the Sigma Renew Lip Oils. They came out with 4 of these, but this is my favorite one. It's kind of like the clear one. It's just a color adapting one. So it comes off clear, but it goes like a pink shade with the heat of your lips. And it is such a gorgeous color on the lips. It's in the shade Hush. When I'm going for a no makeup day and I'm using maybe just that primer I showed you, bit of concealer, fill in my brows, I'll put this on and it just gives like my lips that natural like flush kind of like bitten look. It's like my lips only better. Oh, it's just so pretty on your lips. Absolutely gorgeous. These lip oils are really hydrating. Like I said, they come in 4 different shades, but this is by far my favorite. There is another one in the line that I do like as well. It's kind of like a mauvey shade, and I like to wear that as a gloss. Like I really like it. But this on its own on a no makeup day is so nice, and even like on a makeup day, it's just really pretty. Give it a go if you haven't already. I'm going to go back to some of the Aldi products. These are concealers, so they look quite similar to the Tarte Shape Tape. These are a par quality wise for the Tarte Shape Tape. The only unfortunate thing about them is the shade selection. There's only 3 colors, so you kind of have to mix and match. Like I'm obviously between these shades, like this one's too dark and this one's too light, so I just mix them. I have the shade medium, which is the lighter one, and dark, which is obviously the darker one. But I mean, they're only like $4.99, so you can pick them up and mix them. Like they're a fraction of the Tarte Shape Tape price. They're very full coverage. They're very easy to blend. They don't seep into fine lines. They don't crease or make your under eye look crappy. They're really nice. The only downside, again, other than the shades, would be the fragrance as well. It kind of has that rosy scent to it. I'm not crazy about it. It doesn't linger or last all day, fortunately. But if you don't like scents or you're sensitive to them, then maybe stay clear of these. Just if your eyes are sensitive or your under eye area is sensitive, maybe give these a pass. But if you do see these in your local Aldi and you are interested, grab them quickly because they will be gone. I'm just hoping that Aldi does bring them back out because they're really good quality. Next up, I'm going to talk about a bronzer, and this is from Charlotte Tilbury. Look at the size of this bad boy. So big. This is the Airbrush bronzer in the number 3 tan. I did a full review of this on my channel. Again, I'm not sure if it's up yet or coming. I don't know what way my editing situation is, but I will leave a link to it if it is up already. If not, just keep an eye on my channel. If you are subscribed and you've notifications on, you should get notified anyway. But this is a beautiful bronzer. Like, I cannot stress how gorgeous this bronzer is on my skin. I'm wearing it today and it just looks so beautiful. This bronzer does have a warm undertone, so it's not going to be for everybody. It gives you that gorgeous like sun-kissed bronze. It is almost like you've been touched by the sun. You know the way that your skin kind of gets like that warm undertone to it as the sun is hitting it? That's exactly what you get from this bronzer. It's so natural looking and it's really easy to blend. It is incredibly soft, finely milled, and it just blends effortlessly into the skin. Like, it doesn't sit on top of the skin. It doesn't look streaky or anything like that. It just like almost becomes one with your skin. It's so gorgeous. These bronzers are incredibly pricey, but they are worth it. I mean, there's 19 grams in this, I think, or 16 grams. And I did work it out in that video. I think it works out like €3 per gram, and you need the tiniest amount. So I feel like if you bought this bronzer, you probably wouldn't need another bronzer for the rest of your life because you need the tiniest amount and it's so long lasting. But give it a go if you are looking for a new bronzer and you feel like spoiling yourself, because it is quite, you know, like I said, an expensive bougie product. Yeah, definitely look into these. They're really great. I am going to talk about another fragrance, which is unusual for me. I have 2 fragrances in a favorites video, but this one is the Bronze Goddess from Estee Lauder. I picked this up right before I gave birth to Noah, so every single time I smell this, I think of just when I was pregnant, the end of my pregnancy, and just having Noah. It's very nostalgic for me already. And they always say that about scents, like they bring you right back to a moment in time, no matter when you're smelling them, like 10 years down the line, 15, 20 years down the line, they bring you to a moment in time or remind you of a person. And this for me, every time I smell it, is my end of my pregnancy, having Noah. I just, oh, it's going to be very, very special to me, this perfume. It's a very warm scent. Like, it kind of has like that amber scent to it. Again, it has an undertone of coconut to it. It's a bit more sophisticated than I would say a normal sweet perfume. It's very summery. It's very light. And unlike the Kiali one that I just showed you, it's not as heavy as that. It's not as like woody scented. It's just beautiful and it's very long lasting. Like I've picked up a top that I may have sprayed this on and I can still smell it off it. I love the packaging of it. It has like a little leopard print at the top and then it has like the turquoise. It's gorgeous. And actually TikTok made me buy this because I was scrolling through TikTok and somebody was talking about like, if you like this scent, that scent, the other scent, try this one. And then I was like, look, I'll give it a go. So I blindly bought this. Same with the Kiali, but this one I hadn't really seen any reviews. I just had seen that one video, like, this is your sign, buy it. And like I said, I blind bought this and it could have just been a disaster, but it ended up being like one of the nicest fragrances that I own. I highly recommend you checking this out if you are into those kind of fragrances similar to ones that I talked about already. You will enjoy this one and it's quite light and like I said, very summer appropriate. I feel like this perfume is very universal and you can also wear it throughout the year. Like it's not like just a summer fragrance. You can wear this all year round. Well, you can wear any scent all year round, but I do find like I have those scents that are more daytime, more nighttime, more summertime, more wintertime. I think everybody who's obsessed with perfumes is kind of like that. Next up is a lip liner. This is from Catrice. These are the plumping lip liners. I really enjoy these. These come in so many different shades, but my favorite one is number 010 Understated Chic. Unfortunately, I can't really wear it right now because I've gotten an awful lot darker from the sun and this almost is like the same color as my lips. It does give me a really nice natural lip line when I'm not wearing any makeup. So I do like this on its own with that plumping lip gloss because it adds a bit of color to my lips. But I have this in a couple of other shades that I really enjoy as well. I think number 020 is another one that I really like, but I highly recommend you guys trying these. They're only like €3 or €4. They come in so many different shades. They're long lasting. They're really pigmented. I think they're just a really great lip liner. I find it very hard to get like good quality affordable lip liners, you know, that last all day. They don't fade, but this Catrice one I highly rate. So next up is a mascara. I probably have mentioned this before in other videos, and if not, then shame on me because it is like the best mascara ever. I've tried an umpteen amount of mascaras this year. Like I literally think I've tried 20 mascaras, but this one is the legendary Lash Volume 2 from Charlotte Tilbury. I got sent this, I don't know, maybe before Christmas, maybe longer ago. I'm not even sure. This is like my second or third bottle of this. I purchased this myself because I love it. So I got sent it in pure and then I've picked up a few more bottles since, and I just love this mascara. There's the Pillow Talk mascara as well, which I do enjoy, but not as much as the legendary Lash. Like it's just so good. There's something about the formula of it, but it just gives me really long lashes. It lasts all day. It does not dry and go crispy and flaky. It just keeps my lashes lifted and you can see it all the time. Like it's not like it doesn't fade away or anything like that. I really enjoy this mascara, and for someone who has no lashes, this gives my lashes a lift and you can actually visibly see them. So any mascara that does that is always a winner for me. The other mascaras that I really enjoy, like They're Real and stuff like that, I still like them, but I think this is more worth it for me, especially for a high-end mascara. I tend to be one of those people who's like, oh, you don't need to spend money on a mascara, like that's ridiculous. But like I said, this one is worth it. This I've been wearing all month long. I haven't worn it in so long because my skin has been a lot paler, obviously, in the winter months, and I've just kind of started using it again. I started wearing this before the Charlotte Tilbury one, so I have been wearing this a little bit longer. This is the Born This Way matte foundation. I absolutely despise the original Born This Way foundation from Too Faced. Like I've never enjoyed it. I've never been one of those people who was like, oh my god, it's so good. I've never liked it. Like it just never went with my skin. But the matte one looks incredible. The reason why I haven't worn it is because, like I said, I have 2 shades of it and neither one of them match me in the winter months. They don't match my paler skin, so I have to wait till I get a bit of a tan before I can wear them, which usually tends to be around May, June, July. So it's a summer foundation for me, which kind of is good because it is a matte foundation. This shade is in Warm Beige. I also have Sand, but this one is probably the better match for me. I absolutely love the consistency of this. It is really full coverage and it's very mattifying and it's incredibly full coverage. Like it's not even like a little bit, it's incredibly full coverage. It's quite matte, but it's not flat. That's kind of my main concerns when it comes to foundation. I hate a foundation that looks flat on my skin, that you need to like apply loads of different highlights and everything to give it a bit of life. This looks like there's life in it while still mattifying the skin. If you know, you know. It is just such a good formula of a foundation, and like I said, it's really long lasting and it gives my skin that really nice like luminosity to it. I do like mixing a luminous primer underneath this as well, so I just feel like it just gives it a bit more oomph, especially in the summer. I like my luminosity. I think you guys know that. I've stated that enough times even in this video. So if you want to branch out from your foundations and you're not interested in Charlotte Tilbury, give this Too Faced Born This Way matte one a go. We're still going with the favourites, guys. I still have 4 more left to talk about, and then we've a bunch of misses just for July. I mean, I don't know why I tried so many products this month, but I did. The next thing is from Catrice again. This is the Plumping Gel Lipstick. This kind of goes with the lip liner. I got the number 040. I just picked this up because I just thought it was a really nice shade. I was in Paddy's and we were going somewhere, I can't remember where, and I had no lipstick, and I was in Blanche. I just went into Penny's and I just picked up a lipstick. I ended up getting this one and this matte one from Penny's, which I actually have on my lips right now, which I really, really like. It's a matte nude one, and I quite enjoy mixing the two of these together. So this one and this shade together just give me like this gorgeous, nice, neutral pink. I just really like it. So that's number 040, and then this lipstick I think is just called Naked. I'm actually going to put a bit of that on my lips now. It just gives a bit of life to your lips. Lip liner next. Again, TikTok made me buy this. I saw somebody use this in one of their videos and I was like, oh my god, that is like the most beautiful colour of a lip liner. It is from Barry M, and I didn't even know they did lip liners. Do you remember they used to do those shimmery eyeshadows back in the day? Like, that's all I know Barry M for. And the crackling nail polish, does anybody remember that? Oh my god. This lip liner cost me, I'd say, about €3 or €4. Kind of reminds me of Strip Down from MAC. Very, very, very similar to it, but these lip liners are incredibly long lasting and a fraction of the price. Like, I think MAC lip liners are around €20. This one was like 4 or 5. It's so pretty on the lips, very long lasting, and I like a pencil rather than a retractable. I feel like I go through retractables in no time. I love the KVD Vegan Beauty lip liners, but they're retractable and I go through them like water. I actually need to sharpen this, but it's a really great colour if you're looking for a nice neutral undertone. I highly rate it. We're down to the last 2 products. You'll be happy to know. The next one is the XX Fine Brow. I have talked about this before, but I just cannot stress how much I love this. I picked up this in error. I meant to get this one. This is the Fine Brow, which is obviously, it's double-ended. It has a spoolie on one end and then the product on the other, which is really, really, really tiny, really fine. And I absolutely love it. This is €8. It's so good. This is the Faux Brow. And I like this product as well, but not as much as the XX Fine Brow. Why can't I open this? Like, my hands are so sticky. I'm so clammy. This has like a little tiny, like, it looks like a toothbrush on one end, and then it's like angled on the other side. It's like the Goof Proof from Benefit. This is really good as well, but just not as good as the XX Fine Brow, and I just like the other one better, but I've talked about that so many times on my channel. I mean, you guys are probably sick hearing about it, but it's such a good brow product. And then my final favorite of July is this lip gloss, which is from Bare Minerals. I got sent out about 3 or 4 of these lip glosses recently, and I gave most of them to my mum because she really liked the shades of them and she likes lip glosses, but I held on to this one. It's in Peace. It's the same as their lipsticks. This is such a gorgeous kind of peachy Bellini color. It's just so nice, and it has like reflective particles in it. It's so pretty, really long lasting. It smells divine, just like the lipsticks. It's that same kind of, it's like a peach scent. No, it's not peach, it's like strawberry. That's exactly what it is. It's like strawberries, and it's so nice on the lips. Really, really, really soft, long lasting. It's not sticky. I love a lip gloss. These are really nice, these lip gloss. If you haven't tried them and you're a gloss person, why haven't you given these a go? They are so good. Like, I really, really, really rate these. And like I said, for the longevity, just the color selection's great, and they taste like strawberries. So how can you not pick these up? Oh, sorry, I totally lied. I have one more favorite before we get on to the misses. Sorry about that. It is a blush palette from Sigma, and this is the Cor de Rosa. It is such a pretty palette. It comes with 6 shades. The pigmentation of these is so good. This shade here in Cor de Rosa and Coral Dawn are probably my favorite. Pashmina, I like that one quite a lot as well, but these two are like my go-to ones. I love a good blush palette. I used to be mad into them back in the day, but I like that this has like a compact selection of them. There's 2 blushes in here that kind of have a sheen to them. They give like a little bit of a glow to the skin, and I really like the one in Senorita. If you guys are interested in a blush palette, definitely check this one out. It's probably my favorite blush palette I've used in a long time. So now I'm going to get on to the misses. So this month I tried out some of Penny's stick-on nails. I tried them before and they're fine, like they're grand. They last maybe like 3 days, maybe at max. I find that they're a bit weak and then they crack. But these are one of the worst nails that I ever tried. Because my nail appointment was so long in between, I'd lost all my nails. I had this lovely light blue shade on, and then I went for white because I like white with a tan, and I feel like this is the last time I'm going to be able to wear white nails because it'll be coming into like autumn time next time I get my nails done. But anyway, I picked up these nails just to kind of stick on. Just for the purpose of this video, I put ones that I didn't use back into the container. These are awful. They're so awful. Not only do they crack on me, but because they're kind of clear in the middle, when you stick them onto your nail, you can see the top of your natural nail. Unless your natural nails are really long, which I don't know why you'd be using these if you had naturally long nails. I use nails or get nail extensions or gel nails or whatever because my nails are so short because I'm a biter. I know it's awful, terrible habit. But these look dreadful because the clear bit in the middle, you see the top of your natural nail. It just looks awful up close. They just don't look good. I know they were going for that Insta TikTok kind of style. They just did not hit the mark, and like I said, they didn't last very long. They're $2.50. I mean, what do you expect? The Kiss nails are way better. I highly rate them. If you're looking for stick-on nails, go with them. These are just, they're just not great. No, I just wouldn't be into them, and I wouldn't repurchase. So the next 3 products are from the Aldi makeup range. I feel like there is no point in me talking about all the good products from them if I don't mention some of the misses. And the 3 products that I did not like, the first one was the Liquura liquid eyeliner pen. I really liked it for applying the eyeliner. It looked so good. If you do not get teary eyes, you're fine. You're grand. If you get teary eyes, which I tend to, especially in the summer, if you know there's like sun getting into my eyes tend to kind of water on the corner. This will run. And it doesn't just kind of like disappear. It runs on your eye, and it kind of like creates a little blob in the corner, or it collects in the inner tear duct. So no, not for me. Not what I like from a liquid liner. I like my liquid liner to last. It's been a hot minute since I've used liquid liner. I know I have it on today, but I don't generally reach for it that often. So when I did reach for this, and I was like, I just can't be dealing with this like pooling on the side of my eye and just kind of creasing and not looking good, and it's just too high maintenance for me. Just don't let your eyes water if you are wearing this. That's the only thing I would say. I'm just not gone on it. I much prefer the Catrice liquid eyeliner pen, you guys know that, or my tattoo liner from KVD. Just much better products. The other thing I really like, but I don't like the scent, so I have to talk about it. I half like it, but I feel like the scent is the biggest issue I have with this. This is the Liqueura makeup setting spray. It's the long lasting setting spray. It's supposed to be like the all-nighter. It is quite comparable. It's still not a power on the all-nighter. It does last really, really well. I did a check-in after 5 hours and my face looked great, but towards the end of the day, I still felt like the all-nighter did a much better job, and I've used this a few times since. I just still feel like all-nighter is, you know, there's nothing to beat it. It's the best. This is not a bad product. It is really good, and especially for the price, it's €4. I mean, it's decent, but the smell of this is what causes me to just be like, no bueno, I am not using that. It has the strongest rose scent. Kind of like the concealers, it has that rosy scent, but it just lingers because it's in a spray, and it just is not nice. It comes out in a really fine mist, and I did see a comment from a girl in my video saying that this splashed her and caused like white speckles. Nothing like that happened with me. I just gave it a good shake before I used it. The smell of it is just what my issue is with it. It just is awful. I don't like the scent of rose. If you like the scent of rose, go for this. You'll love it. But it's just not for me. I just do not like the scent of it. The next thing is these biodegradable hydrating facial wipes. I didn't talk about these in the video, but I just have been using them this month, and I just thought I might mention them. So most wipes nowadays are biodegradable. Still doesn't mean flush them down the toilet. The issue I have with these wipes is they just don't take anything off. I use these to clean up makeup off makeup products, or to clean it down off my worktop or off the back of my hands. They just don't really remove makeup. They're not great at it. Like, they'll take off like a lip gloss or anything like that if I have it on my lips and I just want to remove it. I obviously would never take off my foundation with a wipe. Like, I remember a time when I used to do that. Now it's just like foreign to me. They're not great at like lifting makeup off surfaces. There's nothing like majorly wrong with them. They're 89¢. I mean, I'm not going to like completely and utterly bash the brand for not making the best wipes in the world, but they're just not great. They are quite moisturizing, like they have a lot of moistness in them, because that is an issue of mine when I do pick up wipes, especially those ones from Deals, they are just beyond crap. They're the worst wipes I've ever used in the history of life. They're awful. But these are just not as good as like the Johnson's wipe. They're not as good as the, what are the other ones? Simple wipes that I use. So I probably won't pick them up again, but like, I mean, they're not the worst product in the entire universe. They're just not the best. I think I'm finished. Wow, that was a really long video. If you've made it to the end of this video, I applaud you. Thank you. Thank you for staying this long. It was great to do a favorites video. I'm out of breath now. If you do enjoy these hits and miss videos, do let me know. Would you like me to continue doing them? Let me know what other videos you would like to see come up on my channel this month, and I'll talk to you all in my next one. Mwah. Bye guys.